washing one's hands before and after a meal. I know of no authentic hadith ascribed to the Prophet ﷺ that can provide solid grounds for the legislation of washing one's hands before one eats. Okay? Al-Bayhaqi, rahimahullah, Al-Bayhaqi is one of the great scholars of Shafi'i scholars, and also he's one of the scholars of hadith. Al-Bayhaqi. Okay? He said, rahimahullah ta'ala, the hadith about washing one's hands after eating is Hasan, acceptable hadith. But no hadith is established about washing one's hands before eating. Okay, so washing the hands before eating is not sunnah from the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said there is no authentic hadith. Okay, there is authentic hadith about washing the hands after you finish the food. But before, we don't have authentic hadith. Okay, so what do you understand? Sheikh, do you mean that we should not wash our hands before eating? I don't mean that. But if someone asks, is it sunnah I wash my hands? Okay, it is not sunnah. But if your hands are clean, start Bismillah, eat. If you notice dirts, okay, something, maybe you are working in a place, you are using the pencil, okay, for example, our children, when they come back from the school, of course we tell them wash your hands, because they write with the pencil, they put the corrector, and they do many things wrong, okay, sometimes, or they draw with the colors. We tell them to wash their hands. Why? As a health, okay, a hygienic point, for their hygiene. Okay, so if you like to wash your hands, it's up to you. But if you ask about the sunnah, it is not from the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But wallahi, someone said, wallahi, Shaykh, I used to wash my hands before eating. It's up to you. It's up to you. But I tell everyone, wash your hands before eating and drinking. You have to wash. I don't have to wash. You can't eat immediately. Okay? But after the food, yes. Why? Because there is a hadith. The Prophet ﷺ said, if one sleeps with ghamar, man nama fi yadihi ghamar. What's mean ghamar? The smell of meat. The smell of meat. Okay, on his hand, if he didn't wash it, and if something then afflicts him, he should blame no one save himself. Okay? Blame only yourself. If something happens to you, blame yourself. Okay? So you eat with your hand, right hand, okay? Biryani, machboos lahm, for example, Kuwait, we have the machboos, margook, these things, these kinds of food, okay? We eat with our hand, okay? Then we need to wash our hands. This is from the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is protection for us. Okay? So this is a clear hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And also, the other hadith, in another narration, Abu Hurairah reported that, radiyallahu anhu, that on one occasion the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam ate the shoulder part of a sheep, after which he rinsed his mouth, washed his hands, and then he prayed. Okay, so washing the hands after the meal, it is from the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu